Hey guys, welcome back to Nashville. This is season 5, episode 14, Till I Can Make It on My Own. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah, I couldn't look at her. I knew when I almost started messed up. I couldn't look at Whitney.
Oh, okay.
We're back. Hey guys, we're back. All right, we're doing some more Nashville. Hey guys, I'm one of your hosts, JJ Jurgens. You can follow me at JJ Jurgens, and I'm joined by...
Hello everyone, I'm Marisa Serafini. You can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV.
Hey y'all, Whitney Lane. You can follow me at Southern_Wit.
Hey everybody, Violet Kanian. You can follow me pretty much everywhere at Violet Kanian.
Woo!
And everybody noticed she's got some new hair tonight. New hair.
Good.
Hey, I felt like Marisa needed another brunette on set,
thank
so
Balance it out. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
Good work.
Well, before we jump into Nashville, let's just talk a little bit about the CMTs last night. Since Charles Ashton was hosting.
Oh my god! I usually go to bed at like 9, 10, and I stayed up till I don't even know when, dancing my butt off. That was such a good show. But Deacon, Chip, see, oh my god! Even they were like joking with some of the artists, and they're like, "Hey, Deacon," he goes, "It's Chip," and they're like, "Okay, Deacon." Like, I thought it was hilarious. I loved it.
How about the intro where he went into the house, staying in Rayna's house?
I love how they incorporate. I mean, obviously they're gonna incorporate it, but I thought it was really, really cute how they did it and how they got all the like actual artists to be part of it. Yeah. And it kind of felt like they watch the show. I don't know if they do, but it kind of felt like they do watching that. So it was cool.
I think they definitely do, because so many of them end up on
right?
the show.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of like, let's see who they're talking about now.
Right.
Especially with such like an industry thing. Like they know that these characters have to be based off of someone.
Right.
Yeah.
And that just speaks, highly about the show. That CMT is like so behind this, and then they're supporting and putting their own artists onto the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it really shows that they truly believe in.
Yep, and I think Chip did such a good job hosting too that I would not be surprised if we don't see some talk show or something with him hosting.
He has a long career ahead of him. Let's be clear.
Yep. Thank goodness. We'll
Let's
watch anything he does.
Isn't it crazy? I like forget that he was on Whose Line Is It Anyway, and he's like this comedian and this whole thing, because he's like, it's such a, his role is so dramatic.
He's got it all, man.
But he is so talented.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so I would love to actually see him in a lighter show on CMT that is more just like, almost like a late night talk show, something where he could get the people having more fun, and we can see a little more of that other side of him too, instead of these poor things he's facing.
I know, one day maybe the drama will lift for just a minute. We'll see some of that.
One day. Well, first let's talk about him handling Daphne's drama tonight.
I thought he handled it well. I think he did, what any normal dad would do. He was kind of hesitant about it, but then he realized this girl's 15. I can't kick her out.
But
what
I
am
think
I
he
gonna
also
do?
sees like Daphne's finally showing interest in something, so I've got to kind of figure out how to play this.
And she was so happy this episode. I love seeing that.
Well, I think it gave her something to be like, oh, I can help someone else. Like, it's almost giving her a reason. Yeah. But I do like, you can tell she's got that moral compass about her, because she's not climbing those fences, or she's not going through there and trying to steal stuff. Like, she's expressing exactly what she thinks, which a lot of the times as a kid, you either can do that really well or you flip-flop and can't do it at all, and I mean, it just shows who she is and who she was raised by, but at least there's parts of her.
I think it also shows like the type of character Deacon is, knowing that there's a little girl who's helpless, and then he can help her actually give a family a little bit, or some some support, so this girl's not all alone. Finding out that she's parentless and like basically an orphan, like that hit close to him. I'm sure, like I don't think he's an orphan, but knowing that this girl doesn't have parents, and then his own girls don't have a mother, so just the loss of parents, I think he could relate to.
I think he's gonna feel that so much, you guys. Just like even last episode when he saw the mom walking with her kids, like even tonight when like Daphne was like, "Oh, I'm good, I'm gonna go see Liv or whatever," and Maddie was like, "I'm going off to do this," and he's kind of left there. At some point, he's gonna feel that loneliness, because right now he is kind of the protector. He's trying to like make sure everything's going well with the business, with the family. Like at some point, we are gonna have to see someone come into his life.
Yeah.
And as we know, or at least as people say, men sure do move on quicker than the ladies when it comes to grief and things like that, because they want the companionship. So I do think that at some point we'll see that storyline take place. And maybe we'll see a lighter Deacon who's trying to find happiness in this life because he has a long life to live.
Right.
Do you think the girls would be okay with that, though?
Well,
I think
can
that's
speak
gonna-
from personal experience. This is currently happening in my life. And you're going to go back and forth. But, like, deep down in the end of it, it's like, what a good man he is to them. As I feel about my own father, why would I not want him to be happy? Why do you want someone to sit at home and be lonely?
Unless you know something like really bad about the girl,
Right,
then
Yeah.
if they're happy, then what can you do?
But also, you're more of an adult than these
True.
girls are.
True,
They're
yeah, I don't know what that
teenagers.
would be like. But they also have their lives right now, so maybe it would be a little easier for all of them to kind of like, I don't know.
Interesting.
It will be an interesting thing. I should have saved it for predictions.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you can repeat it. I did like that he was a good dad, and that when she was thought that she got rid of him, you know, at the door, and that he was not walking away.
I
and coming,
love
so I
that.
loved him coming back in because I kind of thought the same. Like, oh come on, Deacon,
Right?
like, you know, like so. I was proud of him in that
See,
moment.
and I thought the other, I was like, they so stupid. Why are they being so loud? Of course he's going to hear them.
yeah.
What do you think it was when Liv was walking there in like the dark of night when Daphne was asleep and she was crying looking at the family photo?
Oh,
I think she's just sad that she doesn't have a family photo, and she doesn't know who her parent. You know, just missing that aspect of knowing she'll never have something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel like I would look at that and I would cry for Daphne. You know, because seeing that, I would cry. I feel like if I were her, I would cry for myself. And I think it is just like I don't know. Yeah, I think that must be. It's just hitting home. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, that sad realization that Daphne is surrounded by people that love her, an actual family and an actual home, like a mansion. So she kept saying over, and then Liv doesn't have anybody other than her friends, quote unquote, that take care of her on the street.
But I do like the moment when they're in the bathroom and Liv realized that her life wasn't so perfect either, and they
Yeah.
bonded in that moment because I thought that was a really
like
sweet
that.
yeah,
moment.
you could see the like
Can-
actual empathy that she has, which makes her a decent human. I just hope it.
Yeah.
I worry about how they're setting this up, but we'll see.
But I think seeing her tear, like with the tear falling down and looking at the photo instead of doing, you know, something that's so predictable like stealing or, you know, going through stuff, I think that gives us hope. That this is going to be a good
Yeah.
storyline.
I have a
hope.
prediction about her.
okay, so
Okay, save it. Okay. That was a half of it around. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about it's kind of like a snake rattle. So let's talk about Zach.
Oh, nice.
Is.
Oh, Bucky.
I still don't like
Poor
him.
Bucky. I don't either.
Yeah,
Poor Bucky, man.
Yeah.
You guys.
I can't, like, Bucky made my heart break.
It's just so sad when like such a huge change happened, and then now this guy's still trying to push these little changes. Like, why couldn't you have found something else for him to
Right.
do? What was the
Right.
big deal here?
Right.
Is it that Bucky like couldn't see himself in another role, like he was the right hand man, that he wanted to continue being that, or what? You know, there's something weird there.
I think it's also just the development of Bucky's character. He was always tied to Rayna. Now that Rayna's not there, like, what other purpose does he have? I know that sounds terrible, but just like in writing, I don't think they built his character enough to know that, oh, he has this quality and this quality. We can put him doing this now. You're saying, like, find something else for him to do? He really had nothing else to do other than always support Rayna and, like, back up the business.
Or put him on an older act. When
Right.
they used to like
Or like a side label or something. Like, you don't
know.
have to freaking go get rid of him. And he didn't, you know, technically he didn't fire him and Bucky quit, but why would you want to work with someone and be on
trying to
eggshells?
push you out
Yeah.
of that.
That's
But I do
ridiculous.
think there's so many like older artists that still go about it the exact same way. You publicize to these certain outlets and you do that. That's something he could have done, and he could have been good at that and utilized in that fashion. So I just think, I mean, I get where Zach's coming from with his new ideas of like dropping a single at midnight and like the ways that it works now, you know, because when Sam Hunt's Body Like a Macro came out, we were all like, what? Here's his new single. He knows exactly what's like doing it. Put out the music when you have it and let it speak for itself. I think it's a super cool idea, but like pushing these people out and stepping on them on your way to figuring it out is like, that's what we talked about last week. We just don't know where his motives are.
And it's kind of scarier that his motives, it's not being like rich and getting money from this business, because he's very well off.
Yeah.
So it's even
Ego.
scarier knowing, like thinking, what is his motive?
Yeah.
What is he trying to prove? Is he trying to take over the entire thing? He's going to kick Deacon out next? Like,
as Bucky kind of foreshadowed, I think something's coming down there.
Yeah, I totally do too. And I think it's just his ego and just his, even if they have the money, they just want more and more and more, And I think it was ironic how they had Rayna's picture up over, so it's obvious kind of like looking down, not really approving of what's going on here. And just, I think you're going to have the big contrast between of how she really wanted her company ran and what it stands for and what this guy is trying to do to the company. For the
so
company
did you see any little? I picked up on it, but I think it was very subtle. But I do think you kind of saw him I almost think it wasn't like he's happy he won. It was more like power. It's slowly coming to me. Like for him, I don't know that it's money. I think it's power.
Yeah.
And his little glimpse was kind of like,
you're right. Because
you know what I mean?
I felt like he was kind of sighing, and I was like, oh, he's like, oh, whatever. But you're so right, because it was more like, oh, I don't deal with that anymore. Next, like who's on the chopping block next?
You could see like the little next in his eyes, like okay, check.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then we also predicted too that Zach's just gonna move his way through the company and move his way to the top. So.
And it really sucks because he has really good ideas and he's really smart about the whole business aspect, like releasing Maddie's single at midnight. That's genius. Like, do it, but you don't have to step over everybody to get to your goal. You really don't.
I think that's what we're going to see, though, especially because this is Nashville, right? In LA, nobody would blink twice at somebody doing something like that.
Yeah.
But that's where it's going to be a bit of like a drama, because it's like, how are people going to react? How's Will Lexington eventually going to react to seeing a guy that maybe doesn't have as good of, you know what I mean? That's going to be hard for him in a weird way, because he genuinely seems like a good human.
Right.
He's just trying to figure it out. And I think he really likes this guy, but I wonder what's going to happen in that relationship if you see this guy who only wants the power and wants to kind of control everything that's happening around him, how that's going to affect someone like Will, who has been dealing with a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And we didn't see this episode. Kind of sucks.
Yeah. It's building. I'm sure it's there.
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Man, Deacon's
like
got
it.
some rough stuff.
Yeah.
He does. He never has it easy. It's one thing after the next for him.
Can we talk about real quick how good of a man he is? Because Lord bless. First of all, he's like, even if he thinks Zach has a good idea, he's still behind Bucky. He's like, this is loyalty. This is what it means. Taking in the girl into his life, trying to be there for his daughters. Like, literally, I mean, it's just, there's got to be something, right? Like, wow. Every man should be like that. Yes. Preaching.
Literally.
Yeah, he is pretty perfect. All right, enough on those guys.
Yeah.
All right, well, we finally heard Avery singing tonight and getting back into his groove a little bit.
It's time.
Yeah.
I like seeing him,
I was so happy to see him because, he was so in his element. We missed seeing him because we haven't really seen him perform since before the hiatus.
Or like
so
be
it's
him.
been a long time. Like, just in real time, it's been a long time since we actually seen him perform.
True.
I miss it. Like, he's a great producer, but, like, also he's a great musician, too.
I wonder if that's his real band, because I know he has a band.
Maybe.
I wonder if that's, because I think they're a trio, if I'm not mistaken, so.
Ooh, we should look that up. If somebody knows.
Let us know,
Let us know.
It's time for him. It's his time. Again, another good man, but not to the point of not following your dreams. There's a way to balance this, because you've done it for her.
And she would have done it like
Correct.
this.
It's like his time. Like, if it doesn't happen, it's really eventually, for being so good and always being there, like, this will cause a resentment down the line. You don't want to, especially from your bandmates, number one. This manager guy that you worked hard to get. I don't know. It's just, I need him to go on this tour.
I agree, and I feel it's time for Juliette to want that too. I think it's time for her to go see the psychologist and like work through her issues and stay working with the gospel group for a little bit. And even though the reviews were bad, that song was amazing, and kind of build that and be the one to stay at home with the kid for a while he goes on the road and does what he wants to do.
I wonder if he did bring it up, what would she have said? What do you guys think?
At that point in time, I think she would have said no, because that was when she was living in that narcissistic Juliette. At the end of this show, whole different vibe, because she thought she was forgotten. Nobody's forgotten her. She got out there and she showed it. And she also kind of had an epiphany with her dad, which we saw. So I think, like, she's in... But that's the problem with her, right? You got to catch her at a time where it's like... And then who knows what's going to happen when we're out on the road and something happens. But, like... I think I'll be extremely frustrated if this is a storyline and Avery is so close and never gets and never like. But at some points, like he's got to stand up for himself too. Like that's that'll get on my nerves if if he keeps on saying just now's not the time or without even asking or without even like talking about it. Yeah. That'll kill me. Because
she wouldn't have, if it was her, she wouldn't have even talked to him about it. She'd be like, I'm going on tour. I need this.
But he needs to be a little bit.
Yeah, he really does. He really, really does. They should balance each other.
And it was 20 shows, right? Was it 20 shows? Yeah. So it's like, it's not like a 5-year tour or something, you know? So
that's just, you know, a few months.
I feel like maybe at the end, like he should have asked her at the end, because like after that awesome performance with the gospel group and stuff, she people reassured her that her career is still going. She still has fans. People still love her. She was in a good state to maybe talk about it.
Yeah, but that's the thing too, because we keep saying he should have asked. He doesn't have to ask. He needs to have a conversation with his wife.
Right.
Like even the people on the show are saying, "Well, talk to the boss." Like they just know. It's not like he has to ask her. He needs to sit down and say, "Hey, this is my dream. You know how much I want to do this. What can we do to make this work?"
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how it works in a marriage, I would think.
What do you say?
Although never been.
Well,
just like,
you tell me. You're the one that's a pro.
No, they
not
asked.
me.
No, just kidding.
Right, there you go. If you taught him well.
No, you're absolutely right. You got to figure it out. Figure out how it's going to work. Is he going to come home? Do they get little breaks in between? Like, how is this going to work out? Is she going to have close, how far is he going on tour? All these little questions can definitely help.
And he's just assuming that it's not going to work.
Right,
so
and I don't
that's where it's like, Avery, get back to who you are and like
grow a couple. Oh my God!
We know.
Yeah.
But this is also for his career. It's not really his dream anymore. This is just his career.
He needs to make money for himself.
I think if he goes into that mentality, it's like, hey, you have a career and so do I. So
yeah,
it could work for him.
Agreed.
We shall see.
Let's talk a little bit about Juliette's performance, how we all were wondering why she's in those heels walking up those steps after she just,
And I questioned, we had to watch the dramatic walking up the steps, and then literally when she's on the stage, the thing lowers. Like, where was that 20 seconds ago?
That really bugs me, you guys. Like, I appreciate the whole metaphor that they were trying to, like,
climb
she's
that
overcoming
mountain.
that, climbing that mountain. But, like, first of all, she fell the day before. She thought she was going to be paralyzed, weeks before, and now you've got her in 5-inch heels walking up a staircase
by herself.
No need. Yeah, nobody's there to help her or support her. I'm sorry, that was too much for me. That was over the top for me.
Last night in the awards, Kelsey Ballerini sang without shoes on, and I kept thinking about that tonight. I'm like, and she wasn't just paralyzed, like going to be paralyzed, I'm like, that is definitely, and somebody made a comment like, oh, you made it when you could do that, But I'm like, I think Juliette has made it. She's there. There's no reason she has to wear those giant heels. She could be like, I'm doing this.
Except that she's like
my flats.
5 feet, 4 feet tall, right?
Yeah, she is. But literally, you guys, that's where it was like a little cheesy. I'm like, oh, okay, let's tone down that. Everything else I like. But why did I flip off the screen at one point? I was trying to remember. I did that to somebody.
Yeah, you did it to Zach.
Oh.
After what he did to Bucky.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You also had a big reaction of Liv climbing over the fence and falling into the...
Oh, gosh, I could not handle that. We didn't even talk about that. I could not handle it. I mean, like, literally, I don't even know. I was just like, what's happening? I thought he was going to be caught. I was very into it. But that was my moment of, like, we were all just kind of like, really?
Yeah.
Really, though? Why?
Like barbed wire? I mean, come on. How smart was that?
And then the steps. I can't with that.
Literally.
Maybe I'm crazy. Y'all let us know what you thought about it, but we were
It was a little too on the head.
Yeah, it was like
you get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was nice though. Let's talk about her seeing more of her dad. It was nice to get little backstory, right?
Yeah. I loved it. He was really
cute. That's the first thing I said. That long hair, and he was a good daddy.
And I don't remember her talking fondly. She always says she doesn't remember her dad, so we never really knew if he was a good guy, if what happened, if he was like her mom. And seeing this, it's just like, oh my God, she could have had a wonderful childhood. And it's so sad.
I think she still would have had a real rough time with that mom, because you could see even how much her dad was like, really? You're an alcoholic, you don't even care about your child.
Right.
Like, thank goodness that she had him at that point. But yeah, that definitely, when he died, she lost that, like, way of growing up and feeling secure in herself and being ready to take on her dreams, which she still managed, but
Yeah.
he was a nice little guy.
He was nice, yeah.
He's
Like,
her angel.
knowing that she could have had that growing up, she could have turned out to be a completely different person. Maybe
doing
need
pretty
someone
well
not as
for-
narcissistic.
She's doing pretty well, though, for what she...
Yeah.
That's
she was
true.
kind
That's true.
Yeah, but like, I think her personality could have been like
It took her a while.
significantly
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, which I
had she
think is
had-
what, well, she needs to talk more and figure out why because I think besides the ugliness of her mom, we fight those things. We all have to help from the other parent or whatever that kind of, so I think that's been a lot of her struggle too, is like, a lot of her quick reactions, I think, are her defense mechanisms too, after growing up with a personality like that all her life.
Right. And it also kind of speaks well about not having a positive father figure in her life, that how she treats men in her life too. I think that really reflects just everything she's done.
I hope
really
she does
does.
go to a therapist, though, and we kind of get to see more of these flashbacks, so she actually talks through it and works on it. Did feel like she had overcome it right there, though, when she started crying.
Yeah.
I think they tried to make it that way, right? You've got mountains
Yeah,
to
I
climb,
think
but
so.
you're going to
Just-
get through it.
Yeah.
It's gonna take time for her, for sure.
Yeah.
Now that she knows what the problem actually is.
Hasn't
'cause-
everything taken time for
Right.
this girl, but we got your back there, Juliette.
But we still root for her because,
Of
like,
course.
now I think the old Juliet, it would take her a few weeks to like actually come around. But like this episode, she realized the fault of her errors, and then she went back and actually apologized and did something right. So like the fact that we're getting it in just one episode turnaround, she's really improving.
Callie brought the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Good.
selfish narcissistic.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa,
Someone's
girl.
got to tell her.
I love it. Yeah.
Someone's got to tell her.
I agree. She needed that because I even was disappointed. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like
Yeah.
she never learns. Like she always apologizes and then she just goes and treats
Same
somebody
thing, yeah.
shitty. The same, and then you don't believe it. So yeah, I was glad that
Someone
she gave
has
it
to
to
say
her.
something. Yeah. I know, and I'm glad they all came out to support, because that's got to be annoying for her to flip-flop back and
Right.
forth. But
Yeah.
the honesty that she tries, like, I think that's the whole point, right? If people can be honest and show who they truly are and why they act the way they are and what they're trying to do, like, you kind of can't help but forgive and try to
Right.
hope for the best for them. At least normal, rational,
Yeah.
empathetic people would, but who knows?
definitely. All right. Anything else on this episode?
Oh, well, yeah, Damien.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about
Thinks
that
he's
part.
in love.
Okay, at least he's trying, because I understand he's not really in love, but he thinks they can get there eventually. But at least he's not like, okay, well, it was like a one entire 24-hour day thing. I don't want to be with you, so figure it out or get rid of
Yeah.
it, or anything a typical guy would say.
Yeah.
So I think he is trying to step up. He's trying to do the right thing, and his reaction at the restaurant, it's like, what do you expect him to say?
I agree.
Like,
I don't think
are you?
that's-
Yeah, any guy would be downing those vodkas. Come on.
Especially when you didn't know him. Like,
Right.
that's
Right.
the thing. Like, for me,
Yeah, they weren't
it's just
together
like, we
for
don't
years.
care to know him at this point either. Why are we coming in to make this a whole, traumatic relationship again? Turmoil all the time. They're always
They are. I know. Poor
doesn't
Scarlett
need
and
that.
Gunnar just can never.
And he doesn't need it. Gunnar doesn't need it either. He stepped up. He wants to be with her. Damien, go home. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks for giving her the baby that Gunnar will now raise.
Exactly.
But it's also really sad that like when they were being announced on stage, like this relationship that's always on and off. I'm like, oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Totally awkward.
Bray Lynn is so
It
cute.
makes
I know, she's
Right.
so cute.
Yeah, let's talk about. So we had a lot of cameos
Yeah,
tonight.
Michael Ray was in there.
Oh, I missed
Yeah,
him.
he like ran up to who? I think Avery, and said, "Oh, that was great."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was really cool, and I love Raylan. She's like one of my
So
favorites.
cute.
so.
Cassie
Cassie
Pope.
Pope.
Oh yeah, Cassie Pope
Yeah.
was there, who we always said Layla Grant was kind of modeled after, so that was cute
Interesting.
seeing that.
Kelly Pickler.
Was she?
What?
Was she?
No, I think that was the commercial.
Oh, that was the CMT.
Don't you worry, though. You can catch her
It
on
looked like
CMT.
it. Well, who was the other musician that was singing like right beforehand
That
that,
was
actually introduced?
Raylan.
Ah, okay.
yeah.
So
They
cute.
look
Yeah.
alike.
They do.
Yeah.
Blonde,
Similar,
blonde
yeah.
little country girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I think I think we'll hopefully get a lot more of that all through the season, which is kind of fun.
I love it.
Scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, amping it
It's like,
up.
where's Waldo on the show?
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
be here.
That's fun.
Yeah.
They should put people throughout.
It was a nice lead up too, because I don't know if you noticed, there was a shot where literally the banner in the back says CMT Awards. I'm like, oh yeah, I see
They
what
know
you
what
did.
they're doing.
I see what you did.
Yeah,
They're
we
all
caught
over that. Yeah.
Okay, so besides the staircase walk, everything was good tonight. On to next week, huh?
Yep.
I like the gospel song. That was great.
I liked it too.
Beautiful.
Liked
I mean,
a lot.
very beautiful.
It still sounded like Juliette, but like a more subdued, toned down, which was refreshing.
I agree. It was my favorite song of the night.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
beautiful too. Just like
Although I
watching
did
it.
want to hear more of the one Daphne was playing. I would like to hear more of it. But it was like, that's different.
that comes
That's
about.
for like
Yeah,
emotion
dark,
coming out.
yeah.
Yeah, this could be good for her.
Yeah.
Could be.
All right, do we have any news and gossip? Nope, none.
CMT.
Back to predictions.
We kind of covered it.
Yeah.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Let's go, Violet.
So I think, okay, the last look Damien gave Gunnar and Scarlett, I couldn't really tell if it's they look in love, or should I get into that, or was it, actually, we saw a little, he's not gonna let them be together. There's my prediction. Done and done.
Well, okay, then do we think that Scarlett actually moves in with them? Because that's what we'll find out.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say let's hope not.
Yeah.
But at this
Yeah.
point, I actually don't know with the outfit choices
Right?
she's making.
Okay.
What was that?
Bless her
She
soul.
looked awfully comfortable.
I mean, bless her heart, y'all. She's so cute on stage. I even wrote down she won't be wearing those crop tops for long.
Right?
And then you get into her little house and she is dressed like a granny. Not that I'm not much different right now.
Okay, there's like you can take that look and make it really cute and stylish, like with the flowy skirt and the jacket. But girl, come on! What the
patterns
heck?
Totally clashed.
Sometimes I just swear I have to stop and just look at y'all to see if I'm going to get a reaction because I'm like, what is happening?
Literally, I
patterns and
can't.
colors
I can't.
completely clashed. It was bad.
I hope she
was
doesn't
all
move in with
bad.
him, but he's not stopping because he's one of those guys. He's got to see if he can actually get the girl before he gives up and doesn't want the girl.
That's true, because thinking back to where they met on the set and how aggressive he was about what he wanted, which he thought would be good, which did end up being good, but then still, Yep. Not
see.
good.
Yep, I agree. Anything else?
I have a prediction.
All right.
This is kind of like a long-winded one. Hopefully, it'd be nice if this turned out. Liv. I think Liv, because Deacon allowed her to stay. I think if Liv eventually turns around and actually, because we saw that she has a good
sings.
positive side,
Yeah.
there's hope to this character. I think maybe Deacon will actually take her in, maybe adopt her. Who knows? Like,
That'd be interesting.
just like grow the family, especially like having a friend with Daphne, her age, because I think Maddie's kind of just like out
Maddie's.
of Daphne's kind of circle.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have maybe Liv actually maybe be a positive influence. She's a negative one right now, but maybe Liv can come around, actually be kind of like
I
a
like
sister.
that one. I can
It'll
see
be
one
one
of
of
the
these with
Yeah.
her. I think we may see a little of the is she gonna steal stuff?
Yeah,
and
right,
about
of
the
course.
character.
And sorry to
No,
cut
go
you off.
ahead.
We know she's going to be a long-term character, right?
No, that was what I was about to say.
Oh.
Well, maybe she is, but it was the woman that was in there with the baby. That maybe that's how. Remember, I read somewhere that the one with the baby, knows Deacon. So somehow Liv's gonna bring that together. I would say.
And I'm
somehow that's
sensing
how
a
they'll
love
be.
story.
I know,
what I
me
wonder.
too.
It has to happen at some point,
We'll
you
see.
guys.
Yeah.
I do think Deacon could also help Liv and Daphne in a band together, because we heard how
they
the sound
could.
sounded good, so he could be the
But like
mentor,
a cute
like
little
helping.
their age band.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think Deacon can definitely like take care of Liv and take her under his wing. I can see that.
That'd be
What
great.
about Maddie and Clay next week? Lord goodness.
A lot of
she
real
needs to
issues
calm down.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
These are
We'll see what
social
happens.
issues.
We
Yeah.
don't even
Yeah.
know why, so we'll figure it out.
And we
Yep.
didn't. We still haven't seen Rachel Bilson on the show.
No, I'm dying to see her.
I
She's
love
so
her.
cute.
Yes.
You know that she plays a basically like an exec from Silicon Valley kind of type.
Oh,
like
so
she
she's gonna-
has no idea what the country music industry's like. She comes in just thinking like business type stuff.
Think Zach
from
brings
what I
her in, you
read.
think?
I don't know exactly. I just know that she's that character and
Probably.
has no idea what this place is like.
Or she could be like the female CEO voice of the company. Okay, I mean, it's
Possibly.
being ran by
Maybe
males right
slowly
now.
but
She could be
surely
the
she's
female
turned
voice.
to fall in love with Music City and all
What
that
if
it
she
has to
falls
offer.
in love with Deacon?
We'll see. Nothing is.
Well.
Everything's a possibility.
Yeah. I will say it's going to be tough for whoever they do cast as
Nobody's
Deacon's.
gonna like her.
Right. That poor actress. I mean, not poor actress. She's going to be with Deacon. Are you kidding me? But I mean,
She's living her best.
We'll take the role.
I'd be like, send me all the hate mail you want. I don't care. I'm kissing Deacon today.
It's not the best position to
He's
be
holding
in.
me like that little puppy, and Oh, y'all.
All right. Well, that's it for us tonight. Where can everybody follow you guys again?
You can follow me everywhere, especially on Instagram and Twitter at Violet Kanian.
And I'm at those same places at Southern_Wit.
You can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV.
And I'm at JJ Jurgens on Twitter, JJ.Jurgens on Instagram. See you next week.
Woohoo!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.